Hello again, everyone. Zack Attack is here at my TNA Impact Wrestling live review for the night, May 31st, 2012. Overall, tonight's Impact vs. TNA Live. I thought it was pretty damn good tonight. There was only one screwy match, which I'll get to in a moment. We also had 3 matches announced for Slammiversary. Pretty decent matches, besides, like I said, one. So, for being live, TNA's got a long way to go, but this is a good start to TNA being live every week, even though it's only for a summer one. I wish it was more permanent, but maybe if the ratings are good, and maybe people like it so much, maybe they may make this a permanent fixture, live every week. So we'll see how it fails out here. Speaking of matches made for Slammiversary, first match kind of set up the main event for Slammiversary. Last week we saw the return of the Icon Sting attacking Bobby Roode following his title match against AJ Styles. Hulk Hogan made the match for the night. Sting against Bobby Roode in a lumberjack match, which began tonight's Impact taping. It was a typical lumberjack match. Each guy was trying to toss one into the other side. Bobby Roode kept tossing Sting to the heel side, saving Bobby Roode being tossed to the good guy's side so he get his butt whipped. And it was a good matchup for being an opener. Sting looked okay for being back, his first match back since really focusing on being a wrestler and not being a general manager. I thought it was an okay matchup, kind of back and forth action. Sting had control, Bobby Roode got control, but then following the outside stuff, even Sting flying. I don't remember seeing Sting fly off the middle rope in quite a while, but it's cool to see that situation. Sting got the victory after delivering a Scorpion Death Drop. He kept doing Stinger splashes, finally got it. And after the Death Drop, he got the Scorpion Death Lock. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, Sting made the TNA World Champion tap out. Sting beats Bobby Roode by submission. Being a 9-title match, and I kind of said it on my attack line, that Sting may end up getting a title shot at Slammiversary. Well, that's what's happening. Hogan made the main event for Slammiversary. Sting against Bobby Roode for the TNA World title. The feud's been developing for months, and now we're going to see it culminate at Slammiversary, which will be, of course, in Fort Worth, Texas, for $10 a ticket to starting with, and see what goes down there if Sting wins or not. I think Sting will probably lose, but we'll see what happens with Bobby Roode and Sting at Slammiversary. Should be a decent match. Speaking of matches made for Slammiversary, we kept that going with Bully Ray challenging Joseph Park, aka Abyss. I mean, I've said this before. Chris Parks and Abyss is the same fucking puss. Why did you see Abyss tonight? Because Abyss is Chris Park. Anyway, so Bully Ray calls out Chris Park yet again. Joseph Park, not Chris Park. Anyway, we saw what happened last week was Bully Ray beat the crap out of Joseph Park after his little trial thing happened. And Bully Ray even changed his plea. He said he is guilty of beating the crap out of Abyss and leaving him high and dry following the that. And Bully Ray wanted Joe to beat his butt to fight him. And Joe, I just keep saying Chris. Joe finally relented. Well, Joe and Chris Parks are the same fucking person, like I mentioned. Anyway, he was ready to fight, but Bully Ray pulled the coward card. And Joe was finally ready to fight after Bully Ray aggravated him too much. And Bully says, yeah, I'll fight ya at Slammiversary. So hopefully at Slammiversary, this stupid storyline will come to an end. Let's hope for that. Seriously, this whole thing with Joseph Park and Bully Ray and shit should end. And hopefully the AJ Kaz and Daniels feud also ends. at Slammiversary. I'll tell you that match being at it in just a few moments. But our next match was for the X Division Championship. Chris Sabin, of course, without his tag team partner Alex Shelley, who willingly left the company. He was involved in a lumberjack match, but had enough energy to get ready for an X Division title match against Austin Aries. I knew it was going to be a great athletic matchup from these guys. Very great match between these two. Very great match. Very athletic, back and forth action. Some decent spots in there. But it was Austin Aries nailing the victory. I think it was with a quick roll-up pin. And great matchup to see. And I'm glad to see Chris Sabin. Though I'm sad to see Chris Sabin's tag team partner Alex Shelley leave the company and probably go on to WWE. I'm happy to see Chris Sabin back in the X Division singles division. So maybe Chris Sabin may have another one at the title. Glad to see Sabin in some sort of capacity wrestling again. So I'm glad to see that happen. Fighting effort, very athletic, back and forth for being X Division action. The crowd tonight, I'm glad it's live because the crowd, it ain't too overdubbed. I like the TNA chants during the Sting match. This match too, you had a TNA moment there. Great action from these two matches. See how the rest of the night goes. I'll tell you how that went. And of course, like I said, Chris Sabin loses to Austin Aries. Decent X Division title match. Speaking of divisions, Knockouts division has no executive since Karen Angle got fired. Brooke Hogan was hired. But I need to point this out. I bet you everybody was yelling at the TV. I bet you I wasn't the only one who wasn't yelling at Dixie Carter. Dixie Carter said September 10th for Slammiversary. And I bet you I wasn't the only one who was yelling, June 10th, bitch! It's June 10th! But she made an announcement that kind of interests me. But it's kind of weird. This is 10 years of TNA. And after 10 years, they always have a Hall of Fame going. The TNA's got their own Hall of Fame starting up. And they're going to induct the first inductee. First thing is, will there be a building? Because we all know the problem with the WWE Hall of Fame. They have a Hall of Fame, but they have no building. TNA, they deserve not to have a building because they have that much history, though. But when it comes to the first inductee, I thought in my mind on who would be the first inductee. At first, I thought it'd be AJ Styles, because it's saying the first inductee would be announced at Slammiversary. At first, I thought it was going to be AJ. Not just because to enhance this whole AJ Dixie Carter storyline, which I'll get to in a moment, that involved the main event. But also because he was like the first X Division champion, first Grand Slam champion. I thought it was going to be him at first. But then I kept thinking further. I was like, the perfect guy to be inducted first into the TNA Hall of Fame? Perfect. The founder, Jeff Jarrett. He hasn't been around in a while. He doesn't even still work for the company. Probably does in an off-screen capacity. But if they were to induct anybody, my first pick would be AJ, but I would also pick, definitely the first inductee would have to be the founder of TNA, Jeff Jarrett. So on with Brooke Hogan being announced, like I mentioned, as the TNA Knockouts executive. And Brooke looked okay tonight. The crowd reaction was decent. And she nailed some key words. The Knockouts are talented. That's the key word. Talent. Something that the WWE Divas, most of them, don't have. I've said this on my reviews many times. I've always praised the TNA Knockouts for really wrestling and not doing anything silly, or they do something silly, keeping the silliness at a minimum. Like TNA, unlike WWE. Like I mentioned, the Divas, it's not the best division in the world, and Knockouts is probably the best women's division in wrestling today, pro wrestling, not including Ring of Honor in any of the indies. So we'll see what Brooke does as the executive. She'll probably play a good girl in this, like favoring the good girls, instead of like Karen Angle favoring the heels. So we'll see what happens if Brooke, when she fully takes the job, I'm guessing next week. Now on to the silliness of the night. The television title. I thought the decision of letting the fans choose who would face Devon would be a great decision. Well, it did, until a certain douchebag got involved again. Despite not being chosen, Robbie E decided to stick his ugly nose back into Devon's business as Devon took on Jeff Hardy for the television title as voted on by the fans. Now we of course know the past between Devon and Jeff. The Hardys, the Dudleys. Nothing more left to say than that. And the fact we saw Christian's debut at the top 10 countdown made it more ironic. Of course, Andrew Christian, Dudley's Hardys. Not much to say there. Enough said. Great tag team rivalry, alright? Devon, Jeff Hardy, decent matchup. You know, Devon, I think I kind of see that he's kind of lost some weight. It was an okay matchup. Jeff Hardy was very close to getting the win over Devon. A decent matchup. But like I said in the past, can you please to God, please stop having Robbie E fucking interfere? Come fucking on. We're supposed to get him out of the title picture. He keeps sticking his fucking nose in. I still wish that he was permanently injured at Lockdown. You know what I mean? Because I hate him getting involved in these matches. Every time Devon's trying to wrestle with somebody, Robbie E has to get involved. I remember a few weeks ago, he's interfered in a match. I remember Devon defended the title against Garrett Bischoff. He interfered. He interfered during this match. Come fucking on. Man, I thought this TV thing would be a good thing. But please, stop putting Robbie E in there. Please. My wish, please. Give him a fucking title shot against Devon next week just to shut him up and injure the bastard. Keep him off television for a few weeks and then have him go for something else. Not continually going for Devon. You know what I mean? So there you go. No contest. I'm guessing a tag team match eventually, but I just want Robbie E out of the title picture. He's a douchebag. I just don't want him out of the title picture. I want him out of TNA, period. Speaking of guys who may be out of TNA, period, storyline-wise, we saw a segment involving James Storm tonight. Now, James Storm's taking a storyline leave of absence to get rid of some nagging injuries. But the storyline, he quit because of losing with Bobby Roode at TNA Lockdown. We've been seeing segments of him in his house, of him relaxing and trying to contemplate his future. And he said he's made his decision. His daughter said if it's a real daughter or not. She said, are you going back to wrestling? I'm predicting this right now. James Storm will return at Slammiversary. No better way to make your comeback than the 10th anniversary of TNA. Now on to our next segment, the TNA Gut Check, involving the future of Joey Ryan. Now, as I mentioned before, Ric Flair was a judge, and his decision to put Alex Silver in off the script kind of got him fired. So, they took that into effect as Taz became the new Gut Check judge. And I kind of like this segment tonight. And I did not like Joey Styles. Did I say Joey Styles? I meant Joey Ryan. I'm sorry. A little goofy tonight. Anyway, I didn't like Joey Wyatt last week. I said it last week. He didn't deserve to be in the company. Some say it was better than Alex Silva. Somewhat agree, but he's just a little cocky little bastard. I'm glad he got put in his place tonight. He did not show passion in that promo. I agree with Taz all the way. That it did not have passion. He did not show the passion. He just said, he just kept blaming everybody else. He said, I'm mad at you for not picking me, Bruce, for saying no to me. You know, he kept saying this and that. He kept being a cocky little bitch. And that's what he is. A cocky little... He does look like Ron Burgundy. Yeah, I agree to that. And I'm glad he said no. And it looked like there was a fight going on with Taz and Joey Ryan. I felt it was... I do like it being live. I do like being live. It just felt... The energy felt... It feels different now being live. It feels more real now being live. Especially the Joey and Taz feeling so real. I like the behind the scenes stuff. And they showed footage of Kaz and Daniels. I'll tell you about them in a moment. The main event, I'll get to that. Also, Joe. I thought Joe was going to interfere in the Austin Aries match. I could see a Joe Austin Aries feud in the future. I'd like to see that feud, even though it's very overweight. But if Aries can hold his own against Steve Bully Ray, he can hold his own against Joe. So there you go. That's my thoughts on that. So like I said, Joey Wyatt, glad he didn't get a job in TNA. He would be literally a jobber. On my main event, AJ Styles against Daniels. This whole AJ Dixie Carter thing needs to end quickly, and AJ will be teaming up against Kurt Angle against Kaz and Daniels at TNA Slammiversary for the tag team titles. Hopefully, that'll be the end of this feud. AJ and Daniels, they wrestled many times. They can still put on an excellent match. Very exciting matchup from these two. Probably everyone would probably say they've seen better matches from these two, but this is a pretty good matchup. Very exciting, back and forth action. Control was back and forth, very tight matchup. Kaz got involved, and I thought Kaz's distraction was going to cost AJ, but AJ eventually got the victory over Daniels. Very good spots in this matchup. But then after the match, Kaz beat the crap out of AJ. Double team with Daniels. Here comes Kurt Angle coming in. The Angle was trying to put an ankle lock on Kaz. Daniels interfered with a low blow. They tied Angle up to the ropes. And just beat the crap out of AJ Styles with Angle helpless. And then Kaz and Daniels promised more evidence for this whole Dixie Carter AJ thing. Well, they kind of delivered with an AJ Dixie Carter phone call with AJ saying, I'm coming over, glad Surge, her husband, ain't around, proving more that the affair may happen. As we head towards the conversation, here comes Dixie Carter trying to turn off. She was pissed off the hell that conversation happened. That's how Impact ended, with Dixie mad about that phone conversation airing. Now that made me feel, wow, it is fucking live, dude. That was very intense. Storyline or not. So, the TNA put on, like I said, TNA thought they put on a decent show for the first one. Long way to go. Only 4 matches tonight. Well, actually 3. This counting the TV title match. But they got some kinks to work out. But they got potential of putting on a good, decent live show on Thursdays. They got a good momentum going on. You know, after Sacrifice, they're finally delivering some decent, good product for once. So, see if TNA can hold this momentum over with WWE. It's kind of weird. WWE's losing momentum right now after Brock Lesnar coming in. They've lost the momentum a bit. TNA's gaining momentum. So we'll see what happens for the next couple months with TNA being live every week. I wish it was more permanent, but maybe temporary may become permanent if everything goes well with the ratings and all. So that is it for my TNA Impact live review for tonight. I'll see you all later. Then bye. You've all been attacked by the review from Zach. Thank you very much for watching. See you later. Yeah.